Sorry. Okay, so we're on the last section of chapter 7. This one is solving rational equations. So what I want to do here is I want to get x by itself. So notice how both of these are fractions. I'm going to cross multiply to solve. What? On the bottom. Guys, be quiet, I'm doing notes. What are you doing? Sit down and take notes. No, sit down. Okay, then once I cross multiply, I want to distribute in. So I've got 3 times 4x, which is
3 times 4x equals 12x.
Then I have 3 times 5.
You cross multiply or something?
Mm-hmm. Over here I have 9 times x. 9 times 1. What? Oh, I thought you said 1 for some reason. Okay, then what do I want to do? Okay, what do you want me to combine? Okay. No. There is no 15, Jerry. No. I want to get all my x's on the same side now. Yeah, we already moved that, Jerry. Questions here. Okay, so no questions on 1? Do what again? Oh, so the first step was to cross multiply to get rid of the fractions. And then I solved it like a normal equation from like algebra 1. So I got confused yesterday. LCD, I mean, that was part of what we did yesterday, but this is where I really care about it. I want to figure out what the LCD is for my, this is really tiny, my denominator here. So what is the piece I need to have to be the same on all the bottom? So if I want to get rid of all of these fractions, what would I multiply by? 4 and x. So I'm going to multiply by 4x. Because 4 times x. Yeah, 4 times x is 4x. But, so I have x as one of my bottom fractions, and then 4 is the bottom of the other one. So that's going to get rid of all the fractions. Okay? So when I go through and distribute in my 4x, the x's will cancel out here. So 4 times 5 is 20. No, because the x's will cancel out.
So what do you do to start with this?
I find what I have on all the denominators, which was 4 and x. That's why I got 4x.
Can you put that on the right side?
I could put it on the left side. It's just I'm so zoomed in, I can't. Yeah. So then I'm going to do the same thing to the 7 over 4. The 4's will cancel out, so then it turns into just... The 4's will cancel out. I can rewrite this over here.
Why would it only be 20?
So I just wrote the distributing of the 4x out there. It's not. I just wrote the distributing. Because everyone's getting confused about the x. So I went back a step. Okay? So I distributed everything. So over here on the first one, yeah, and so this cancels out the x's. That's why I got 20. Okay? So on the second one, the 4's cancel out, and I'm left with what? Okay, and then on the last one, the x's cancel out, so I get negative 36. So then what do I want to do? Seven x instead of what? Well, because x isn't on the bottom. 4 was on the bottom and I canceled out the 4's, so that I'm left with x on the top. That's it. Guys, be quiet if you're not asking a question. That was the stuff I had from the bottom. So I had x and 4 on the bottom. So 4 times x is 4x. And then I multiplied everything by that so I could cancel out all of my different denominators. Yeah, you're giving me dirty looks. Every time I looked over and you were making dirty looks at me and I was like... Okay, so on number 3, what do I want to multiply by? No. I'm gonna do this in red. So, x and x plus 5 is the two things I'm multiplying by. Because those are my two denominators. Kyriam, be quiet. You're right. Minus 5, I made a mistake. Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to rewrite it like I did up here in the red? Except, I'm gonna do it in green so my colors don't match. What? Because I don't have to repeat it. If it appears, I don't have to repeat it. Unless it's actually x squared on one of the denominators. I know. That's fine. Jerry, stop skipping ahead, by the way. Stop skipping ahead. I know. I'll explain it when I get there. To the whole class. Not just to you. Is it still all on the screen? Perfect. Okay, well, I'll give you some time to write. The 1? No. No, I whited some stuff out and then I made it look negative. Because I couldn't decide what color I wanted to use. I know. Well, I didn't want it to, like, you know, confuse you with the one above it, so... I know, but then I was like, the blues were going to overlap, and that's why I did it. Okay, so then I want to multiply and cancel things out. So in this first one, guys, be quiet. So one time, what? No, there's no canceling in the first one because it's not a fraction. So all I'm doing in the first one is multiplying. Yeah. So 1 times x is x, and then what? And then, yep, 5x. Yeah, so on the second one I can cancel stuff out. What can I cancel out? Yep. So then I'm left with, and then on the last one? The x on the top and bottom. Yep. Okay. Then what do I want to do? How do I solve it? Okay. So negative 5x minus 8x is? Yep. Amanda, be quiet. Okay, then what? No, when I have a quadratic, I want to get it equal to 0. If it's just like a normal x one, then I would just get x by itself. If it's a quadratic with an exponent of 2, I want to get it equal to 0 so I can factor. I want to get it equal to 0, so which one needs to move? No, add the 15. So what multiplies, guys, what multiplies to 15 and adds to negative 16? That doesn't multiply to 15. 15 and, no, negative 15 and negative 1. Right? Because I need the 16 to be negative. Okay. I factored the whole thing. Because if I went back and like FOILed, it would give me back the thing I have above. Because remember I look for what multiplies to the end and adds to the middle? Okay. So then, what do I want to do here? I'm so close to being done. I set them both equal to 0. So I have x minus 15 equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, and then I just need to double check. If I plugged in 15 or 1 on my denominator, would that give me 0? No, so I'm good. If I had gotten 5, then I would have had a problem and that wouldn't have been an answer. Questions on number 3? Okay, so on number 4, I want to see what pieces I already have. So if I take a look, this one, I can factor it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to rewrite this, but just factor that 1. So I have 6 over x minus 3 equals 8x squared. What multiplies to negative 9 and adds to 0? Yeah. So I have an x plus 3 and an x minus 3 already on this one. So what do I want to multiply by to get rid of everything? Not just x minus 3, because I also have x plus 3s. Well, I guess I'll miss it. Whatever. What? Yeah, I have to multiply by x plus 3 and then also x minus 3. I did not break it. Okay, so then I'm going to write 6 times x minus 3 times x plus 3, x minus 3. Kyrian, be quiet. I need my note to fill up. Oh, I caught that one and it was so bad. You're right, I'm not very athletic and... Oh. There you go. Yes. Oh, whoa. Why didn't someone tell me it was off the screen? Oh, thank you. Cause I was rewriting, distributing the thing I'm canceling out. I'm gonna multiply everything by that, yes, because that's the things I have on the bottom. It might not have worked out as nicely. I could have had, like, it could have factored to, like, x minus 3 and then, like, 2x. Then I would have 2x, x minus 3, and x plus 3. And, what? Yes, extra credit. Okay, so, what am I canceling out on my first one? Yeah, x minus 3 on the first one. So then I have 6 and x plus 3, so I distribute here. 6 times x is... Okay, what's on the second one? What cancels out? Everything cancels out except for... Okay, what cancels out on the last one? Okay, so then I have negative 4x times x, which is... And then negative 4x times negative 3. Positive. There are 2 negatives. Then I want to do what? Combine like terms. So I'm going to leave the left alone. Oh, dang, I was combining like terms and then I didn't. Yeah! Yeah. What? I did 8 minus 4. Girls, be quiet. Okay. I'm gonna subtract 6x because I want to have everything all over on one side. Yeah. Okay, then what? Okay, so if I take a look at this, notice all 3 of my terms are even. So I'm going to start by dividing by 2. And if I divide both sides by 2, then I can cancel it out. So I'm going to get 0 equals 2x squared plus 3x minus 9. So this one, because I have a coefficient up front, I have to take the 2 end numbers and multiply them together, so 2 times negative 9. Negative 18. No. No. I'm not rewriting this equation. I was just finding A times C. Because, remember, it's just off to the side. I'm doing some scratch work. Okay? So then, I'm trying to figure out what multiplies to negative 18 and adds to positive 3. It's still there. I haven't done anything to the equation stuff. 6 and negative 3? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my 3 in the middle. I'm going to rewrite the 3 in the middle and replace it with 6 minus 3. So everything else stays the same. Melissa, go back to your desk. Okay, then I'm going to factor by grouping. So I split them up into 2 groups, and I look for what each group has in common. So the first group has 2x. Oh, this still equals 0. And then what's 2x divided by 2x squared divided by 2x? Okay, and then 6x divided by 2x. Okay. What goes into my second group? Negative 3x divided by negative 9 divided by negative 3. Okay, then I combine my 2 sets together. So I take the numbers outside and put them together in a group. So I have 2x, is that minus 3? And then I write the one that I had at the end just once, because I'm undoing the distributive property. And then I want to do what? So I have 2x plus 3 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so if I plug in, let me zoom out a bit. If I plug, what? I'm right here, sitting at my desk. Oh, ours isn't gonna work. Yeah. So I took the 2 numbers that were outside the parentheses and I put them together in a group. Yes, I should. Yeah. I should get the exact same thing because I need to undo the distributive property. And then if I take a look at my second equation that I set up, x plus 3 equals 0, x plus 3 was one of my denominators, right? That's not going to work. I can't solve that one because it's going to make it so I have 0 on the denominator, and I don't want that. No, it's not going to be x equals negative 3. It's only x equals negative 3 halves. So if one of these is one of my if one of my factors over here is one of my denominators of the fraction, it's not going to be an answer. Yeah, I did that right there. You know, you ever make mistakes, Stephanie? Apparently today is not my day for keeping signs. Thanks. Only 2. Technically 3 if you count my high school diploma. Okay. 2x equals positive 3. And then I divide it by 2 to get positive 3 halves. Yeah. Because I can't use the other one because it's a denominator. I can't do that one though. Because x plus 3 was one of my denominators over here. And whenever it's a denominator, I can't have it equal 0, right? So that's why I can't solve that one, because it's not going to work. What do you mean from the beginning of what? We factored. I didn't know x plus 3 till I got to the red step. No, the piece is x plus 3. Yeah, whenever the piece matches the denominator, it's not going to work. Well, because if I got -3 and I plugged back in -3 over here, it's going to give me 0 on the bottom.